everyone. Once again, we are going to reflect on the Bible verses that we are going to read, and we are in Genesis 22, 11. We'll see until where we're going to stop. Hopefully, this is just a short reflection, and hopefully, as we go to, as we move, as we study and move from the beginning till the end of the Bible, may we be constantly be reminded of God's character and His goodness and His love towards us. Okay, so then we have to remember that this is the this verse 22, chapter 22 was the confirmation of Abraham's faith, where he brought Isaac to Mount Moriah, as how God instructed him, and then he is going to offer his own son, the only son that God also promised to him. Okay, that he said that he will enlarge his territory, that he's going to bless his descendants. And now, isn't Abraham confused about it? That God promised. But why is he going to ask to offer Isaac? That means his faith is really improved that time, because even though his eyes can see that he's going to offer his son, his faith has seen more than that God is going to deliver both of them. Let us read. But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. So the angel of the Lord, the A is capital A. That means whenever they put capital A on the angel of the Lord, it means it's Jesus Christ Himself, because Jesus Christ is also a messenger. Angel is a messenger, so Jesus Christ Himself is dealing with the people. So Abraham said, "Here I am," as how he answered in the first story. So he said, "Here I am," and he said, "Do not lay your hand on the lad, or do anything to him, for I know that you fear God, since you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me." In here we know that God knows the beginning and the end, and in here we know that God, He Himself know the heart of Abraham, that He will do it. But it is for us to see why Abraham was chosen. It is for everyone to see what kind of faith that Abraham has. That's why is he chosen. So he said, then Abraham lifted his eyes and looked, and there behind him was a ram caught in the thicket by its horns. So Abraham went and took the ram and offered it up for a burnt offering instead of his son. And Abraham called the name of the place, "The Lord will provide." As it is said to this day, in the mount of the Lord it shall be provided. Amen. So in here we saw that this is also an example of how Jesus is going to take over our instead of us paying our own sins, because we can't even do that. Jesus Christ was sent, God's only son, to die for us. So it's just like a representation of what is going to happen in the future. And then some ram will come up and then will take the place of Isaac. Instead of Isaac being offered, it is the ram, and the ram represents Jesus Christ. See, in his own, in our own terms, in our own understanding, God is trying to reach us so that we will understand what the plan of redemption is. He has been telling us that since the beginning, since the time of Adam and Eve, and He's been impressing that to us until Abraham and until now. And that was how many years ago? For 6,000 years, He's been dealing with us, saying, I love you, and I have set a plan of redemption, of course, to redeem you from the sinful world, because Satan has took over, because you allowed him. Now this is my plan. Are we feeling that today? We're so blessed that instead of us dying on the cross, it's Jesus Christ. So that's it for today. Hopefully this message will give us like a hope that even though we can't do anything, Jesus Christ was sent. Okay, that's it for today. Have a good night, everyone. See you again.